This is day three of the project, and since I'm dealing with the backend portion of the project, that's what I've done today. I've successfully created code that can actually fetch the data from the database as well as push the data into the database. I've written that in Node.js using Mongoose, and the DB is obviously MongoDB, and it's hosted on a site called MLab, and that's internally hosted on Amazon Web Services AWS. And our data will be again, it'll be fetching that data from that server and displaying that. Here's the code. Here's how it's going to go. Okay, right. I've commented a little bit of code. I'll uncomment this for you and explain what's happening. So this portion is connecting to the database, and this is the error handling code, if you will, for the connection to the database. And this is the schema that we have used: first name, last name, phone, and email. So this is going to create a schema of for the client, and this is going to be given to a model that's called client. So model here is basically like your table name of your regular SQL. So if it finds the schema, it will automatically push to the schema of this name. If it doesn't, it will create a schema for you and then push the data into the so we have some dummy data, and we use the save function to push this data, and actually we'll be fetching this data from the Angular service that will pass through this. And once we are done pushing, we'll actually send back the response to the Angular using the subscribe method that will handle our responses. So that's about this portion of the code that's concerned with pushing the data into the database. And as well, as far as fetching is concerned, so this find method will actually fetch all the data, and as of now we have just logged this data on the console, and later when we integrate this with the Angular, we'll be actually fetching the username, and the username that is his email or phone. According to that, we'll fetch the appropriate object, applying the required conditions on to this find method, and then authenticate the user if the password is matching to what he has entered, and that particular pair of email address or phone number and the password exist in that database or not. Because if we can fetch the data, obviously we can verify that authenticity of this data. So this is about what I've done today so far. Thank you.